A new source has come forward to further confirm a new Sly Cooper project in existence, and we might have an idea on who's actually developing it. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with a brand new Sly Cooper video. There has been a lot of talk about Sly Cooper, and I have been keeping you all up to date on what's been happening thus far, from a massive amount of merchandise, to a leaker coming forward, to even PlayStation themselves teasing Sly's existence. But if you're still doubting if Sly is coming back, more evidence seems to be surfacing. Nick, the person who initially started the buzz about Sly Cooper's existence, came forward once again today. Now, I have spoken to Nick privately on Twitter DMs before he tweeted today, so I can confirm he has said this here. The source that had told him about Sly Cooper's existence was a newer source for him, and admittedly, he was a bit unsure. However, today, it seems that more information from one of his more regular sources has come through. Quote, "Hey Sly fans, I guess some good news? My normal Sony source was originally told by a newer source, just confirmed to me that Sly is indeed coming back. That's it. That's all. Just an update since many of you still DM me to this day." Nick is now seemingly saying that a more prominent source that has been correct before is confirming what a previous leaker that talked to him has said. Now, as a reminder, Nick got God of War being at the showcase right. He got Final Fantasy VII being a part of the monthly PlayStation Plus deal correct, Blue Point's acquisition, and many other Sony aspects correct. So more and more of his statements seem to be coming true. But this is when things got interesting. When asked who was developing it, Nick said that he was trying to find that out now, and at the time of recording, he still hasn't responded yet. But someone else has piped up to add on to the conversation, Roberto Serrano. Now, Roberto, according to a number of people, is not the most reliable leaker. However, the last thing that he leaked was a slew of information related to PlayStation, like the Sony showcase being delayed to September, and that Horizon Forbidden West was being delayed to 2022. So admittedly, at times, he seems to be hit and miss, but he states that, quote, "To be clear, not in development at Sucker Punch, but by another studio." Now, this does line up with what Nick had said previously, where his first source told him that it wasn't Sucker Punch. Now, this is when things get interesting. Somebody had asked if it was in development at Sanzaru, to where he replied with, "Nope, Sanzaru Games is now an Oculus studio," which is true. Sly is in development in the UK. So, this was extremely interesting. According to him, the next Sly Cooper entry is being developed by a studio in the UK. Now, the first thing that I did was look at some of the studios under the PlayStation umbrella that resides in the UK. However, a certain pattern seemed to be popping up. Most, if not all, the UK developers are either preoccupied with massive AAA games already, like Guerrilla Games working on Horizon Forbidden West, or that they exclusively work on VR games, like Firesprite. So, what studio could be handling the Sly Cooper comeback? Well, there's one that I have in mind, one that fits the bill perfectly. See, PlayStation doesn't always use their first-party studios for every one of their games. For example, Medieval was developed by Other Ocean, and of course, the prime example, Sanzaru worked on Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. So, who could it be? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the idea that the studio working on the next Sly Cooper game is Sumo Digital. Now, some of you might be a bit confused. Who is Sumo Digital, and why do I think it's them that's going to be working on the next entry to the Sly Cooper franchise? Sumo Digital is a third-party company that has been around for a while, working on an assortment of games. Recently, however, they have worked on Little Big Planet 3 and the Sonic racing games, but the biggest takeaway is the fact that they worked on Sackboy. Sackboy is a Little Big Planet spin-off where the game removes the level creation aspect of Little Big Planet but doubles down and focuses on the platforming aspect, and of course adding a story. Now, the game is wholly owned by Sony. Sony has been essentially partnered with Sumo since 2014, developing IPs that Sony exclusively owns. Now, Sumo has developed for other studios and for other exclusive games, but they've been working together with Sony for a while. Now, Sumo has studios across the eastern part of the world, with a few of them located in the UK. So already, that fits the bill that Roberto has said. But there's something else. XDev is a PlayStation studio that lends support and aid to whomever needs help for PlayStation titles in the UK. And Sackboy was not only developed by Sumo, but also by XDev, making me think that the PlayStation partnership could easily continue with Sly Cooper, where Sumo and XDev tackle the project together. But there's some more interesting facts about Sly being developed at Sumo. It's no secret that a lot of colorful platformers and old classic IPs are coming back in the Unreal Engine. Spyro did it first, and then it was followed up by Medieval, and it literally followed the exact same footsteps in terms of marketing and everything else of Crash and Spyro by remaking the game from the ground up. And just like Spyro, it was made in the Unreal Engine. But if Medieval was done in the Unreal Engine, and a lot of other classics are being made in that engine, would it really be a stretch to say that Sly Cooper could be the next one to use that engine? Sumo has experience with that engine now, and with Sackboy being a platformer, it seems to be a perfect practice and primer to a Sly Cooper title, which includes quite a bit of platforming. At the end of the day, we technically have 3 sources saying that Sly Cooper is coming. Nick's new source, an older, more original source also from Nick, and Roberto Serrano. More and more evidence is stacking up, which is bringing more hope to myself and Sly fans around the world. But what do you think? Are you convinced that Sly is coming back? Comment below and let me know. Thank you so much to all those who not only support the channel, but myself and my family. Because of your contributions, I'm able to do this full time. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider clicking the join button or becoming a Patreon with the link in the description. I also live stream every Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on by and say hi. Again, thank you to everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video and or live stream.